So if you were unaware, Shield Hero Season 3 has been airing for about 3 weeks now, and just kind of show you, we have literally all 3 episodes that have aired, and the latest episode came out earlier today. And I just sat down, I finished this episode, and I'm like, man, Shield Hero really has gotten back up on that horse and actually has been really good. Like, Season 3 isn't like perfect. There's some flaws that I'm going to talk about in this video, but legitimately, it's good. Like, it's not like a dumpster fire. It's not just absolute garbage that the first half of Season 2 was. It's legit been very enjoyable and fun to watch every single week on a Friday. I really enjoy the addition of Shield Hero that airs alongside, like, Free Ren that also airs this exact same day, and also Undead Unluck. But, getting back on topic, the point I'm trying to make, is that Shield Hero has been airing for weeks now, and the conversation around this series is almost non-existent, which I think is sad. And I feel like, in a way, it could kind of be studied. And hear me out, okay? Let's just talk about this. So, we're going to go back and we're going to look at this. So, Season 2 of Shield Hero, obviously, was where everything kind of went sideways. Like, people were excited to see the continuation of Naofumi, Raphtalia, Philo, and all of them, just seeing where the story is going to go after just how great Season 1 was. Like, I think everybody that watched this show, and I know a lot of people did watch the show, really remembers just how impactful the first episode was, the emotion, the music, etc., and the carry-on to just see if, like, Naofumi can get vengeance. It was a really engaging story. It had its ups and downs. It wasn't perfect in Season 1 either, but it was a very fun story, and when we got to the end of it, and we got to see, like, the reveal of, like, a big bad, to see Naofumi kind of get his vengeance complete and all that, and, turn the princess into, basically just a lesser person, so to speak, it was just like, wow, the journey, kind of, it was completed with Season 1. And then we move into Season 2, and years pass, and Season 2 finally comes out, and people go into this series very excited. And obviously, I think anyone that has seen Season 2 of Shield Hero probably either dropped it or just doesn't care too much about it anymore, because the first half was, let's be fair here, the first 4 episodes was not good. It wasn't, okay? Arguably, I guess Shield Hero starts to get really good, like Season 2, around episode 6, and then it gets pretty decent. Like, it's a really decent one. It's not, like, perfect, but it is definitely a lot better than how the start of it was. And here's the thing I'm trying to make, is that ever since this came out, Shield Hero has just been non-existent in terms of conversation and dialogue around it. I know there is a few people that probably talk about the show, but, like, if you compare it to just the overall, like the beginning, like when Shield Hero first came out and we, saw it for the first time, there was just so much conversation. People were declaring Shield Hero as anime of the season, anime of the year. It was a really good show, and it's just crazy to see the downfall of a show to such a degree, because it's like, Season 3 has been good. Like, as I've already said at the beginning of this video, I've really enjoyed Season 3, and there is some complaints, and I will get into, but it's like, Season 3 has been just night and day in comparison to Season 2. Like, it has been actually good. Like, it has been a very fun show, and it kind of gets back into the core roots of why some might actually like Naofumi as a character. Like, this line right here, we're going to execute you right here. It's like, it kind of plays into those things with Naofumi's character, how he's very wrathful and has vengeance, etc. I like that, and I think that's an element that people like from his character. Yes, you could say it's edgy, but it was just something that really got people into the show when they first watched it. So it's nice to see some of these elements kind of resurface once again, especially in Season 3. But anyways, backing up, what I'm saying is that it's crazy just how much Season 2 really harmed the series and pretty much killed most people's interest in the show. Like, you look around for conversations of Shield Hero, yeah, you might find it maybe on the dedicated Shield Hero subreddit, but anywhere else, really, you might not find anything. Like, no conversation really around it. Maybe a few, but nothing crazy. And that just blows my mind. Like, it can be studied, just how a season can really tarnish a series' reputation. And I know that there was a lot of complaints around Season 2's content, and, like, I'm aware that a lot of readers of the original source did not like Shield Hero's arc here, like the Spirit Tortoise. I'm aware of that. Now, apparently, this wasn't real information about the author or whatever not liking the arc. Apparently, that's fake. But the point is a lot of people that read the light novel, the original source, so to speak, did not like the Spirit Tortoise arc, and I guess that people's expectations were already low to begin with, like source readers' expectations were low, and then telling everybody, like anime only, is like it's going to be a bad arc, really did not help the series overall for just community engagement. And I think that the art just also just taking a complete nosedive definitely didn't help as well. It definitely tarnished any form of redeemable quality, so to speak, from what Season 2's early stages could have. And I feel like because of that, many people just didn't even care anymore. They dropped it maybe around episode 3 or 4, and never really came back to the show. And so, thus, we passed by a few more years, and Season 3 is aired, and, it's good. But not everybody is really kind of tuning into this, because it's like, it lost him at Season 2. Like, here, let's take a look here, okay? So, if we look at the likes here on this is episode 3 that aired today, okay? This has 3.5k likes, apparently, for, this episode. And let's just, let's go back to Season 2, okay? Let's open up Season 2, Episode 1, okay? Let's just see. Now, I doubt this is gonna have a lot of likes, but it does have, 15,000, okay? But let's look at the actual track record here. So, let's go to episode 4, okay? Let's see. So, this has 6,000 likes, so that's a yikes. Like, it goes to show just the sheer drop-off. Like, look at this. So, episode 1, 15.1k likes with 300 dislikes for episode 1 of season 2, okay? You go to this, it has the same amount of dislikes, but the likes just completely dropped off. It dropped off a cliff, so to speak, with just this. And let's carry on. So let's go to episode 7. Okay, let's just see how many people had kind of returned for it. So once again, you see 7k. So it's a massive dip in comparison to what like episode 1 of season 2 was. It had 15k. Now let's go to season 1. Let's look at what season 1 actually had to offer, because this was like a lot of hype. So as you can see, 18k likes right there. And let's go to the ending. Let's go to the final episode. Let's see if it actually is low or not. 19k. So you can clearly see, just overall statistically speaking, the overall interest in Shield Hero, and how Season 2 really, it got hurt by, how Season 2 was. Like, you can see this. This was the start of Season 2, follows up after the popularity. This is years later, so you can see this right quick. So, the last episode of Season 1 aired on June 26, 2019, while Season 2, of Shield Hero, which actually, I don't think they even have the date here. This is the wrong date. Or is this wait, no, this is the wrong one. Where is this? So, yeah, 2022. So, basically, we had Shield Hero Season 2 in 2022 that aired for spring season, which is, like, to have that type of, like, drop-off in the view count, like, over time, but actually keep the same for the first, speaks a lot. So, as the point I've been obviously trying to make with this video, it's crazy to just see Shield Hero not doing as well as it once did. That it's really not as popular. And it's sad, because I feel like ever since the second half of Season 2, the plot's actually gotten really good. Like, the world building, to the waves and stuff, finding out more context of it, to what's happened to the other heroes alongside Naofumi. There's a lot going on there that is really engaging, and it makes you want to know. And so, it's sad. Like I said, it can be studied, and it's sad to see just how Shield Hero currently is, in terms of just the conversation. But okay, enough of that. Let's talk about this episode. So, overall, Season 3 has been legitimately enjoyable. Like, it's, the first 2 episodes was focused on a Coliseum, and Naofumi participating in a Coliseum, fighting to get money to build up to buy back, basically, individuals that were sold off into slavery, and allow them to have their freedom. So he was basically just trying to save people from his village, that he currently is in control of, as we know, thanks to the events of Season 2. And it's like, the first 2 episodes were great. It had great art, great animation. It introduced, like, a new female character, so to speak, that, had the hots for Naofumi. Let me see if I can see her. She's, like, right here. Her name is, Nadia, or, like, Selena, or whatever her name is. Like, I can't really, like, say it right. But, she has, a very unique design, or I guess an enjoyable design, so to speak. Here she is, and I like her. Like, I legit like her character. She was a new introduction that, is connected to Raftalia, and Raftalia now is happy to have someone that she looks up to back in her life. It's a legitimately good introduction to her character, and being introduced in the series that obviously is going to be a party member for Naofumi, going forward. So, just great overall. First 2 episodes is awesome. Third episode comes around, which it's this episode, and we got the continuation of the follow-up events of the last episode, but then we get into life at Naofumi's village, and him kind of, after working up the money to buy people back, he brings them to his village, gives them a new life, makes them happy, etc. And the episode kind of starts to have a little bit of questionable moments, which felt very fast-paced for me, because, FYI, I'm an anime only. I don't read the original source. I haven't read the manga, I haven't read the light novel, so I don't know exactly how the original source is. But this episode felt very quick-paced. Like, you had it to where Naofumi and his entire group basically left the village unguarded, and then these bandits came in to basically take everybody back and enslave them, and it's like, what? Like, why would there not be one adult guard here to, watch over everyone? No one was here. It's like, all this stuff is happening, all this horrific stuff, and yeah, Naofumi does, in the end, come back to save the day with everyone because of fast travel, but it's like, you'd think that one guard would be left, especially when it's very clear that the village is going to be targeted once again. It's just like, why? Why do that? But then, on top of that, we have the whole noble guy, this guy that, was about to get executed by Naofumi. Naofumi's told he can't execute him because he's a noble. Okay, makes sense. That's a typical plot point within, these type of storylines. That's not nothing to really, argue against. It's like royalty, obviously, in these type of stories, has more rights. You just can't execute them instantly. It just causes too many issues. However, Naofumi's, alternative is to just sell them as a slave. And it's like, so you're telling me you can't execute them, but you could sell them off to another country. Like, how does that work out? That seems like kind of even worse, because it's like, might be heartless to say, but dead men tell no tales, okay? That they don't speak, so to speak. And Naofumi got rid of him. Who's going to say that he actually died to Naofumi? Who's going to really know or prove that evidence? But the fact that Naofumi sold him off as a slave, it's like, yeah, he's being used as, an example, but it does come back to Naofumi that, yeah, he did deal with this man and sold him off, so he's just going to make nobles even more angry. So it's just like, that plot point doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. If anyone's a light novel reader or original source reader that can clarify that, please do so in the comments below. But besides that, the episode's good. It's a good episode. Art animation is definitely a lot better than how Season 2 was, and it's good, besides those little complaints I made. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the overall state of Shield Hero, the current state of it, because it's just sad to see, and I wanted to point that kind of out. But anyways, you all have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.